money and run like a Butterbar lieutenant lost on a land nav course. Are you finally ready to plant your flag and claim your territory? Maybe it's time to use that VA loan to buy a home. Or hell, maybe you're looking to refinance and put some extra cash in your pocket for more questionable life decisions. Either way, the Veterans Mortgage Source, powered by Canopy Mortgage, has your six. Look, buying a home or refinancing can feel like getting overrun on a bad op. Chaotic, confusing, and full of obstacles that make no damn sense. That's where Corey and his team come in. They're like the QRF of home loans, ready to pull you out of the chaos and guide you to the best program for you. And trust me, they'll answer all your questions. Yeah, even the dumb ones. Whether you're a salty vet or fresh out of barracks still trying to figure out where your TA-50 went. Great service, solid rates, and a team that actually understands the military life. That's why all of us here at Veteran Trash Talk trust them to do right by every veteran and their family. Ready to lock it in? Give Corey a call or shoot him a text at 808-699-7874. That's 808-699-7874. Don't wait. Unless you like overpaying and getting treated like an FNG. The Veterans Mortgage Source is powered by Canopy Mortgage, LLC. All loans are subject to credit and property approval.
What's up, Trash Talkers? Listen, it's impossible to fight, okay, if you don't know what you're fighting for. Does that make sense? Like, if you're in the dumps and you're struggling with mental health, things of that nature, it's going to continue tearing you down, all right? Because you're consistently trying to fight something, which is that demon, which is usually something from the past, right? Maybe that why needs to be fighting for your future. Let that be your why. Get the hell up and start fighting for your future. Stop fighting things that happened in the past. Easier said than done, right? Go seek help. It's okay not to be okay. A lot of people need to hear this. You are more of a warrior and a fighter if you stand up and say, hey, this has to stop. I need to go seek help. The stigma, everything has changed. It's okay not to be okay.
And so my honesty cap is dedicated to a little, we'll call it a public service announcement for civilians and other people in the military. There are a few people that you should always take their stories with a grain of salt. Vegans, CrossFitters, and special operations guys that tell you that they were special operations without being prompted. The first thing they say is, yeah, I used to be soft. Right. The only unicorn in that entire group is like a special operations guy that was like a vegan and did CrossFit. That guy's probably going to stay quiet for a little bit longer because he's confused as what he should talk about first. That's the only reason. Right. Anybody that says that they were soft without being prompted or without it being like a normal part of your communications is probably either an enabler or going to tell you a bunch of stuff that's not exactly true.
What's up, Trash Talkers? Hitting you up this morning with a special promo on how to dress when you are doing PT in civilians, but you want everybody to know you're an Army. This comes from the Buddy Beckwith fashion design of how to work out. So first, you can notice the RI panties. Not Ranger panties, but Ranger instructor panties. The green socks, the knee brace for the old guys. Don't forget the M frames. Now the shirt, don't wear the Trash Talk shirt while you're running. This is just for the promo. You want to put on like an 80-second shirt or like your favorite airborne shirt so everybody knows that you're a veteran. That's the most important thing. And you start with this stretch. Buddy Beckwith taught me this one. Ready to go.
This is the Veteran Trash Talk Hour, hosted by Nick, Dave, and Buddy. Real warriors making fun of other real warriors. Try to not get triggered.
What's up, Trash Talkers? What is up, Gruntworks Nation? Welcome to Season 2, Episode 22 of the Trash Talk Hour. Special guest today and returning guest is Navy veteran Boats. And as usual, I'm here with Buddy and the Big Earl. Happy Saturday. Cheers. How's everybody doing?
Boys, how you guys doing?
It is a great Saturday, man. Like I've already watched, 25 track events, and I got to go catch out another one in case I have to dip out early. But I came back from my trip from DC, and I got this.
Basically, all I've done is keep my promise.
That's it. That's it, man. Got my Trump doll. All right. And those of you who think that I'm a Trumper, I got an Obama bottle opener. Okay. So just I got them all.
You got them all. Yeah. What?
Did you get? Is there like a pillow with Joe Biden's shit on it?
I don't consider Joe Biden a president, so otherwise I would have bought something for him about him too. He was put in by the aliens.
Single
the reptilians.
They don't count.
The Illuminati. I don't know. Something like that. Yeah. Is that how it
Yeah,
goes?
Rihanna.
You got to do the triangle.
Rihanna and Kendrick Lamar coming after us.
Well, we're going to see, right? We're going to be going to that concert in a couple months,
we're about
right?
to get rolled up, bro. We'd be able to be some whiteys in that motherfucker.
Yeah, I don't know if it's safe to go there with you, but we're going to make it happen. We got our girls with us, so we need to,
Yeah.
I know Haley's pumped.
Yeah.
So it'll be a fun concert. Yeah, it'll be a good time.
Well, hey, Natalie going. She's as fast. So she's fast. She's a track athlete, so she could fit in.
Yeah.
She don't run like a white person.
He's an okay artist. I'm not super impressed by him. He's just on a roll now, So now he's got the thunder. Oh. Yeah, I heard what you said. I was kind of trying to talk over that.
What are we talking about at this point? Kendrick Lamar or Trump? I'm confused.
We're going to Kendrick Lamar.
Yeah. So, Buddy, we are live on TikTok. I don't think Chris gave you the safety brief on this. So, TikTok is very particular when it comes to saying certain things. And obviously, I can't say those certain things right now.
Yeah, I was going to say, are you going to brief him on what you can't say?
But, Buddy, you just can't talk.
Text him.
Chris, text Buddy the safety brief on TikTok. So, welcome everybody that is watching live on TikTok. Give us a follow, subscribe, do what you got to do. And we appreciate you.
So I have to talk like I'm getting the word that I have to talk like I'm in the book 1984.
Right. You have to talk. You have to talk like you're censored by the Chinese government.
Yeah, fuck the Chinese government. Will that not work? Or okay.
It's all right.
Oh no, we're not on TikTok
First
anymore.
one.
Yeah, I don't even see TikTok on our stream, so I don't know what's going on here.
Yeah, I think we gotta I don't know how that works. Chris can figure that out, but you got to be in that chat, I think, to monitor. So we probably need to grab a moderator eventually.
I understand that we're part of a social media company and all that, but if we get banned on TikTok, it's not gonna.
As the majority
fault,
shareholder of Veteran Trash Talk, I firmly am okay with Buddy getting us canceled on TikTok. So.
Yeah,
not gonna work there anymore. In a month. So.
But anyway, since we're talking about TikTok, we'll segue into the conspiracy, which is also from TikTok.
I don't think we're live right now.
I actually started. No, yeah, we're live. Look at the chat. Oh, on TikTok.
TikTok?
Oh, yeah. I don't know. Anyway, Chris said yes. Hi, Mom. Thanks for watching. VTT's Bang Bang expert.
Hi, Dave's mom.
Yeah. But anyway,
Hi, Dave's mom.
I was looking for a conspiracy yesterday. I was running a little behind, and Chris had sent me one, and he's like, you got to do this one. Have you guys heard of the glitter conspiracy in regards to actual glitter?
Not since Sharkies.
Yeah. So
I think you're gonna tell me something, and I think I have heard of it.
It's actually this is going to be a fun one, right? It's actually pretty interesting because then if you go down that rabbit hole, you're like, oh shit, what else is glitter used for? So Chris, go ahead and play that video.
A lot of stuff.
Oh shit.
Yo, the glitter conspiracy is a rabbit hole you are not ready for. So I didn't know this, but there's legit only like 2 main manufacturers of glitter in the world, both of which are based in New Jersey, of all places. And yes, I'm talking like regular glitter, the same stuff you use in arts and crafts. One of these companies is like super secret and private, that apparently invented glitter themselves and is very hush-hush about everything. And the other is GlitterX. No one really thought much of it until it came out that we actually have a worldwide shortage of glitter back in 2018. Kind of a weird thing to be short of. So a journalist from the New York Times went in to interview the team at GlitterX to find out. She casually asked if she could tour the factory, and surprisingly, GlitterX told her absolutely not. Like, there was no debate about it. She was strictly not allowed to see how glitter was made, and wasn't even allowed to be in a nearby room to even hear how it's made. So instead, she was just left to interview a manager at the company, and things just kept getting sketchier. She asks the manager if she could tell her what industry serves as her biggest market, and the GlitterX rep instantly, without hesitation, tells her, no, I absolutely cannot tell you. Confused, the journalist asks her if she knows who their biggest customer is, and she replies with, oh god, yes, and you would never guess it. Let's just leave it at that. Asking why she can't talk about it, she responds by saying because they don't want anyone to know that it is glitter, and that if you looked at it, you wouldn't even know that it's glitter. The journalist then asks if you'd even be able to see the glitter at all in the finished product, to which the manager replies, oh, you'd be able to see something, but it's, yeah, I can't. And this interview single-handedly sparked the great glitter rabbit hole of the internet. Apparently, these clients that purchase glitter are all under a very strict confidentiality clause with GlitterX. They really do not want people to know that their products are made from the sparkly stuff. The industry these products are part of is clearly massive, yet no one knows what it is. So what even is glitter? By definition, it is aluminum metallized polyethylene terephthalate. Essentially plastic that has been aluminized and shredded into tiny specks that sparkle. And it's used in a lot of things, from credit cards, passports, currency, football helmets, cosmetics, jet skis, granite countertops, even toothpaste, allegedly. But none of these are quite big enough to be this top industry buyer of glitter. One of the leading theories is that this biggest glitter industry is for boat paint, which many manufacturers do admit they use it in their boats. And they don't want people to know about it because of how much microplastics in the glitter these boats are really dumping into the ocean, which is a hot topic these days and is why they'd want to keep it such a secret. Others claim that it's being dumped into beaches to make the sand sparkle, or that it's just Crest toothpaste and we're rubbing the microplastics directly into our gums, as well as for use in military applications, which would obviously be highly classified, and this is where the theory takes an unexpected turn. Remember that super secret company that basically founded glitter, the other New Jersey company that isn't GlitterX? Turns out they're actually not as big of a secret as they'd like to be, called Meadowbrook Inventions, which was founded by Henry F. Rushman, a German-American machinist who invented modern glitter in the 1930s, and also happened to be part of the Manhattan Project, the highly classified operation that created the atom bomb. So the guy who invented glitter also helped create the world's first nuclear weapon. Who would have known? Meadowbrook's machines that make glitter are also commonly used for government contracts for products like rocket fuel, airplane brake shoes, and anti-radar chaff, which are chopped up fibers they shoot out of military planes that can block radar, redirect heat-seeking missiles, and can even be used to simulate poor weather conditions on radar. Good thing the government would never do that. Henry W. Rushman, the son of the original creator, was interviewed and even admitted to what they were really using glitter for all these years, specifically mentioning money, passports, toothpaste, and all those military applications like that anti-radar chaff, and even mentioned it was used in special batteries they produced for a military contractor called Picatinny Arsenal. Batteries that he claimed produce more electricity than any other battery we've ever known, and was pretty quiet about it after that. If there's anything we've learned about the government, it's that they love spending money, and their budget is essentially endless, especially if it's for the military. And given all these military uses of glitter, as well as its founder's roots in the Manhattan Projects and connection to atomic bombs, this one might be our answer. What other industry could be so secret that the New York Times article described it as CIA levels of obfuscation? How about the CIA itself? Perhaps once again the government is behind it all, using the same sparkly powder found in children's art projects for military applications, fighter jets, rocket fuel, money, and passports. Possibly even some new high-tech super battery they don't want the rest of us to know about. What a plot twist that would be if glitter, of all things, ends up being the government's top secret weapon to control the masses.
That story falls apart pretty quickly when they mentioned Picatinny Arsenal.
We couldn't hear
So,
the
just so you
thing you
know,
said, buddy.
it's not a company, that's a place. So,
But anyway, I'll go and then we'll hand it over to the boat. let Buddy go. I personally, it doesn't like anything look like a major conspiracy. I'd probably say the government is using it for something, and they just don't want people to know that they're purchasing glitter. I think the toothpaste one is interesting, and the boat one is interesting as well. So I'd say those are probably the three major ones that are buying all the glitter, and they don't want us to know that glitter is going into our toothpaste and putting it in our gums, right? Or the boats, obviously polluting the ocean, right? And they're using the glitter, and then the government. So I don't know
And
what,
not me,
like,
and not me, and not me,
Huh?
and not me, because you see my name, Boats. No, it's not
Boats,
me.
yeah. So I don't think there's probably much of a conspiracy involved around it. It's probably those companies that are using it, and they just want to keep secret about it. But Oates, what's your take on this?
I think, Lord have mercy on my soul. It's got to be the perfect piece of conspiracy that I've ever heard besides the world is flat. You know?
Okay, so you're saying there's nothing to this. It's just all made up.
Wait, you're saying the world's not flat, first of all.
Also crazy. Yeah.
Yes, it is not flat. I've been around the world on a boat, and the boats that I was on never used glitter.
Right, but you were on naval ships. They were showing the boats that they showed in the video were like boats that you can buy, like private boats, and they do have glitter on them. Like even the jet skis, some of them, they got that red and then the glitter patterns on it. I don't know.
Yep.
That's actually first two.
Fast boats. Yeah.
But okay.
So do our vehicles.
Mm.
You know, you got little sparklies all over them and all. And I think it's
I think it's clear that these companies are purchasing them. I guess the bigger question would be who are the ones that are, signed an NDA or whatever? Who are the big purchasers of it? And then my take is the U.S. government and probably the boat industry, and then toothpaste would be my
boat. I don't know.
Could we agree on that?
I can't agree with toothpaste.
Okay.
You don't think there's glitter in toothpaste?
No. I mean,
I mean, you're probably on like Oral B at your age by this point, but
these are fakes.
But I mean, have you not you've not used like kids' toothpaste? Like it's shiny, it's got little sparkles in it. Like what? It's glitter.
I don't think the U.S. government.
There you go. Yeah.
I don't think the U.S. government is buying this shit, though.
No.
Okay.
So then it's just some other company that's being
it's
quiet about their glitter. It's a strip clubs.
We got a lot in the chat. We got VTT's Bang Bang expert Linda saying that it's for the strip clubs outside Fort Carson B Gate. Old Sergeant Major Pac retired. He says that I should be not allowing these conspiracies on if I'm the major
shareholder.
First of all, that's the point of the show, is that we don't know what the conspiracy is. So now Len's on YouTube. Len,
you got to rewatch it.
Hi, Len.
You got to rewatch it. The government has been hoarding glitter for years, and you're not tracking this?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Wow.
Buddy.
No way.
So Boats, no way in this. Buddy, what's your take on all this? Give us your educated.
First of all, it does make sense that the military would use glitter, because if you had a missile coming at you, just like any other hard charging killer, you go to glitter. Like strip clubs, glitter, you go to the glitter, you go to the shiny object. Keeps missiles away from airplanes. That makes sense. It also makes sense for passports and money, because you go to certain places to make sure it wasn't counterfeit, I guess. But a little known fact is that ninja smoke is actually just glitter. CIA, you want it to disappear. Boom, they throw up a handful. Every CIA agent has a pocket full of glitter. And
Dave, have you ever seen a ninja?
No, exactly.
Exactly. Glitter.
Because they threw glitter in your face and made you anything. It's kind of like the little button that the Men in Black. Maybe that's how they make the Men in Black button.
Maybe.
Glitter shooting in your face, and then you forget everything because you're so attuned to the glitter and the sparkles that you're just.
But
so what just happened?
Buddy's
that was
got a
kind
point.
of funny, Buddy. That was kind of funny, but so you think the whole thing is just garbage, like on an honest opinion now.
That
like,
story kind of like when he starts talking. First up, there are two things in that story that make me go, "This guy doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about." The Army doesn't have the military doesn't have a battery that lasts more than a day. Like, our batteries suck. Like, if you're at a 5590, they blow out. Like a 123 battery that lasts for like 5 minutes. There's never been a time where I didn't have like 15 batteries on me at one point because every battery I was going to have was going to die. So, like they're major. They probably are putting glitter in the batteries, but it ain't making them better.
That's why they don't work.
Yeah, they just don't work. So that doesn't. Yeah, maybe. But Picatinny Arsenal is just an arsenal. It's just a place where, like, a warehouse where parts and other stuff are stored before they ship out to like smaller. It's like an Amazon distribution facility.
Or you just don't have the clearance level to know what really happens there.
That's why they put the word arsenal behind it, because it's where things go before they ship out. It's like a depot, if you will. Yeah. So that part of the story kind of made it like, oh, it's going to a company called Picatinny Arsenal. That's a place, not a company. Idiot.
Well, I mean, he just, his research is going there to then get distributed to the rest of the military.
Yeah. So they can go on Tuesday afternoons to Sharky's and get
steak. Good lunch special.
The Alaskan Bush Club.
Sprinkle their steak with a little bit of glitter. Yeah. That way, you know what? You know how many marriages the Army giving out glitter has probably saved? Like, oh yeah, we were at PT, another glitter bomb. That's why I got glitter all over my face, because I was at PT and there was glitter there, and they made us put it on us because it's the Army and the military.
Protective against missiles.
Their love of glitter it keeps us camouflaged from the rest of the things. No, punny. And she was like,
the same dude that made the glitter made the atomic bomb, right? They say that.
Yeah, they say that, but like, there were more than just like the guy that was making like the
100%
part of the bomb. There was a guy like that's like when people say I was a veteran and I deployed and I was in combat when they were actually at like the chow hall on Camp Spiker, like checking ID.
Was a veteran and active duty at the same time.
Yeah. So like you can have been in the military or even been working on the atomic bomb and just been the guy that was like handing bolts to somebody. You know what I mean? Just because he's German.
Or a security guard, like watching that building, right?
Yeah. I mean,
let me tell you something as a veteran. Let me tell you something as security on the glitter project of 1937.
Little known fact: Hiroshima actually didn't explode; it was a glitter bomb.
Nick, we save you for last. What you got on this, bro?
Yeah, Buddy kind of stole a lot of my thought process on this. I don't know what the conspiracy is.
Yeah. The question. I don't think much of it is a conspiracy that these agencies use it. I guess the biggest conspiracy would be who is the one that uses it the most, or the largest purchaser.
Who cares?
Of glitter?
I don't know. Glitter.
Yeah.
I know who the biggest purchaser is. It's Michael's.
Yeah. Why so secretive? I don't know. Maybe because they don't want. Who knows? Yeah, I gotta.
There you go, Chris. That was Chris's conspiracy theory. So all the blame goes to him. If you're watching right now, you didn't like it.
It is soft like a Marine.
Yeah, I'm just glad. I'm glad we're not talking about the glitters going to Mars or aliens.
Yeah.
So
I gotta go with Buddy here, though. That this is now going to get used. It has, if it's ever got leaked,
whatever.
Yeah. Dave was a stripper for sure. I gotta go with Buddy here that like now when you go to the strip club and come back, you can be like, hey, I was training. We were out training all night. And we were practicing our glitter bomb battle, warfighter task. Right. Yeah. So what happens when what happens when people come out, you throw shiny shit on them. Right. Yeah. And you know what? I didn't want that stripper to touch me, so I threw glitter on her. Actually, I brought the glitter to the strip club. So because I didn't want her.
I don't know if Megan's going to like that, though.
Exactly.
I bet
Blame
you know what,
Nick. I don't think Megan's gonna like that if you blame Dave for the glitter bombs.
Dave probably was a stripper at one point.
Oh, for sure. For sure he was.
What would your costume have been? I think it would have been like you would have been like.
Why do you think he stayed in Fayetteville so long? Oh,
yeah,
I think Dave
has a terrible somewhere.
Mickey's was my spot, right?
What was that gay strip club called? Was it Cagney's?
He walks into his bedroom at night with Megan. He's like, I need
where they had like the ladies' night or whatever on Monday nights, and it was I think Dave. I think we were moonlighting there. Yeah, that would make sense. That would make. That's why everybody in the Korean Square knew who you were.
The Korean Circle,
yeah. I mean, it was actually a square. I call it a square. But going back to the guy, like, did you know that the guy who invented this was on the Oppenheimer A list and the Manhattan Project? Those are smart dudes, and they were like crystallizing things out in the desert and go, well, this is cool. I wonder how this happened, and then it turned into glitter because their kind of brain was like, how do I make that? How do I replicate that? Because that's cool. And then I can sell it. I can sell it in fiberglass. I can put it in boats. And like again, fiberglass is that plastic as well?
He just became an entrepreneur and wanted to make more money.
So fiberglass in the water. Yeah. So I mean, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if there's any reason to care who's buying up the world's glitter supply. Unless you're in that terrible phase of having a 2 or 3 year old that needs to have fun with something. Other than that, I don't think it really
is a shortage and you can't buy anymore. Serious business.
I don't think we should ever.
This is as crazy as people that are getting nuts about the egg shortage. They're like, we don't have any eggs. Like, you haven't eaten an actual egg in months, and now you're worried about
eggs. They're just a lot more expensive.
Yeah, But the other thing is, if you really you're talking about like the Manhattan Project part, like the Manhattan Project was based out of Oak Ridge, Tennessee. That means there's a guy named Jeb that lives not far from Knoxville that was like, yeah, man, I was working on the damn Manhattan Project back in the day. I worked on the trucks they used to drive the stuff around, brother.
Yeah.
If they didn't have me, they'd have never had the time of mom. They wouldn't have got no diesel fuel.
Yeah.
Just saying, there's a scale.
PJ says, I've seen Nick wear 3 shades of glitter like you planned it.
Yeah, well, you're not protecting yourself, PJ. It's just that simple. Apparently, you like strippers coming after you. I put glitter on, so they stay away from me.
PJ's the guy that puts glitter in his beard, though. So
I know. I am glad that PJ is on the chat here because he has become unalive to us. We can't say the other word, right? On TikTok, he has become unalive to us. Where has he been? Is it shame? Is it shame the fact that he now has like the 4th best Golden Tee scores out of the group? Like, I think Buddy, even playing for the week out there, has a better Golden Tee average than PJ. But yeah,
I had a good score on Golden Tee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you getting involved with it? Well, PJ, I didn't know you were alive, PJ. You've been kind of quiet. So even as a friend, you don't have to be a silent friend, So it's you can talk. But
Len's very excited about the glitter.
Yeah. The strippers I know shower in glitter. Maybe they're using glitter to keep the creepers off of them as well.
Hold on. Boats, I think, is full of shit.
How am I full of shit?
You are. Something just hit me. You just talked about going around the world on a Navy boat and there was never any glitter. You're telling me that you're in your Navy, like in the mess hall or in your little cabins, you guys weren't throwing. You guys are some glitter folks. So you're saying you didn't throw any glitter, no glitter parties that you guys were having?
No.
Boat?
That's now, not back when I was in.
Yeah.
I've got 2 almost 21-year-olds. And yes, glitter was, oh my flipping Lord. I had so much glitter in my goddamn house. I was like vacuuming one day and it's like, the only thing that's in this goddamn vacuum is fucking glitter. So
you should have saved it. You could have given it to the government for a hefty price.
Gosh.
Yeah. That's what I've learned from this conspiracy. If you find glitter, you save that glitter.
You could start hustling glitter. Yeah.
I'm agreeing with Dave. I'm going to start hustling.
Next glitter shortage, you come find me. I'm going to go around. That's my excuse. I'm going to go around all the strip clubs and just start using my ID card, just scraping the glitter off of them, saving it for the government.
We bring a little
harvesting
vacuum.
You're going to start hustling keys of glitter, huh? Pounds of glitter.
I'm not there. I'm not there for the fun. I'm there to harvest glitter.
The next time I go to the Alaskan Bush Club, I'm going to start vacuuming.
Yeah. You bring a little vacuum and start vacuuming the strippers. Like
we all
Fuck
gotta, we all got to do our part for the country.
I'll vacuum the stage. Vacuum that stage.
Oh my gosh.
Glitter shortage, not in my house. But,
Hell no.
Do a good little commercial. Yeah, that's good.
Oh, great.
You can get a lot more than glitter with that method, buddy.
Thank God I have this.
I got glitter. And
we can't use those words. We cannot use the words. Those we're live on TikTok. We cannot use.
Thank goodness I have this.
Could you say gonorrhea?
I think you can. You can say gonorrhea. That's a real thing.
Yeah,
trying to help the government. I'm a disabled veteran. What happened? I think
if you eat glitter, you don't get gonorrhea.
Trying to get glitter for the government. No shit. There I was, boys, out in the bush. I was hunting glitter. All of a sudden, I got gonorrhea in one eye, chlamydia in the other. Couldn't see for a week and a half.
Never would have believed it.
Oh, see the conspiracy. Good job, Chris. You made us all laugh. We're all smiling. It's good.
Yeah, that bush was stinking. That's horrible.
Anywho.
Well, yeah. I guess it's my turn. I get to do a nice solid book of Earl. And usually, because I travel so much that I get triggered pretty frequently to where it makes it easy to talk about how not to act. However, we've had some significant changes to a lot of people commenting on the thread. A lot of people in our lives are going to change with some of these things going on with the new administration. And I started to reflect on a few previous books of Earl's to where I had to, I like to explain that you don't get to use some certain words and phrases. It triggers me, like ethical and moral. Remember when I went on that soapbox? There is a massive difference between those two words. So when you throw them in the same sentence, trying to be on your virtue signaling soapbox, right, it doesn't make any sense. And then the other part is empathetic or sympathetic. And I made a post on Facebook about the difference between sympathy and empathy for government workers, right? There are a lot of government workers that I personally know that I have empathy for. And there's a lot of government workers that I know that I have sympathy for. And I have sympathy for the ones that suck. All right? I feel bad for you, but I feel sorry for you because you're getting fired and that sucks. Okay? It just does. It sucks. But I'm not going to put myself in your shoes because you should have been fired fucking 20 years ago. Right? You should have been fired 10 years ago. All right? You've been sucking off the teat. Can I say teat on TikTok? All right, you've been sucking off the teat. All right, in your comfy little job, not really making any difference in anyone's life, right, except your own. And in fact, some of you have been hurting soldiers. Some of you have been hurting service members with your lackadaisical skill sets, right? So I feel sorry for you. Now, there's great workers that I have empathy for, and that calls to action to where it's like, what are you doing to improve your foxhole, right? What are you doing? Are you looking for a new job? Are you looking for, if you're a hard worker, chances are you're gonna find another way. And or you've done such a good job that when they do look at the programs that need to be cut, they're like, we're keeping that one. All right, we're keeping that one because of how good they are. Right. And I just wanted to, kind of circle back some things, especially under the Clinton administration. All right. 273,000 government employees lost their job. 273,000. And he gave them $25,000 severance checks. Right. 34 bases were shut down in the United States under Clinton. 34 bases. Now, 34 bases, what does that also lose? That loses people who weren't government service jobs. All right. Instance, the state of California had 7 bases get shut down in the state. 45,000 jobs were lost when those bases got shut down. Right. And then during the sequester, we were in for the sequester. Right. That was during the Obama administration, but it was a Republican Congress and Senate that passed it. All right. So everybody gets to, go after it. But you know who they weren't going to kick out of the Army? Airborne Rangers. Green Berets. All right. They weren't going to kick you out. If you're a high production person, like the lead recruiter, or you have the best recruiting station, because Dave was a recruiter during the sequester, I think. They're not cutting your program. Right? You're not the loss. They're not trimming your fat. You're killing it. All right. So it kind of goes back to in the book of Earl, this is what it goes down to. I need people to look at not being empathetically destructive. All right. To where, yes, I have empathy, but also the greater good should not suffer because we've gotten out of hand with something. And that can go with a lot of things. And this can open up a bunch of other rabbit holes about, does money actually exist in the government? Are they just digits in a computer? Does it really matter that we're $60 trillion in debt? That's a made up number, but does it really matter? Because it's not real. It's just paper, right? Or it's a digit in a computer. But the first thing we're going to cut is going to be the government. That's the first thing. So if you were blindsided by this, did you go to college, right? Have you studied history? Have you listened to things that happen, right? I am empathetic towards some, but I also understand that if we're going to change a culture of wasted spending and an oversized government surplus of people, like we ended the GWAT how long ago? And our budget keeps going up.
Really, or figuratively?
Well, figuratively.
Yeah, probably more like 15 years ago.
Right, and our budget keeps going up. We're not even fighting we're not even conducting large-scale operations anymore. How is the military government budget still increasing?
Looking out for the rest of us.
Reverse engineering of alien technology. Come on now.
Yeah, and then there's that's technology. That money ain't going nowhere. And trust me, as somebody who has to go find money for certain people,
black projects,
right? Like that money ain't going away.
Say that on TikTok.
Yeah. So here's another example, just again where you become empathetically destructive. Like, let's say we have an EPA concern, environmental protection agency concern for maybe like a mouse in the forest. So we use that to not do controlled burns. All right, because we don't want to kill this mouse. But yet we're willing to let entire neighborhoods burn down. But we stood on our high horse and we're like, well, we were protecting the environment. Or we won't use salt water to put out fires in the Palisades because it's bad for some things.
Nick, you're getting deep. This should have been that conspiracy theory.
Oh, we already covered that a while ago.
Yeah, I don't think it's again,
it's not a conspiracy.
You have to be careful that you don't turn your empathy into virtue signaling.
Anything well.
Yeah, you just got to be careful not to turn your empathy into virtue signaling.
Yeah.
Right. And again, this has happened before. So if you've studied actual history and not revisionist history, 273,000 government employees lost their job in a one-term president, like during one of his terms. And that was the last time in our life that we had a balanced budget. That was the last time Congress actually did its job. So instead of being go ahead.
What year was that?
By 99 was the full shutdowns.
Cool.
But it started in 96.
Yeah.
Right. And then 99, they completed 273,000 jobs were lost.
Yeah, that was back
right.
with
34 bases shut down.
Guys. Yeah.
Yep. And it's It's just something that happens.
Yeah.
Right. And so continue to improve your own foxhole. And like Len says, doing, the smart ones are preparing, the dumb ones are crying and scrambling.
Well, the funny thing to me is that people are bitching, like you watch them on Facebook or Instagram or TikTok or whatever, and they're complaining about people getting fired that they themselves have never used their services before. Like they're like, oh my God, the park rangers are getting fired. The park rangers that are out actually, like the game wardens or the park rangers that are out clearing things or building things or doing whatever, are not getting fired. The ones that are like wearing their park ranger outfit and like sitting at a gate and pointing a direction that you could use a map or Google for are getting fired. And the truth is, at some point people have to realize that we're broke. The country's broke. So if you're making, if you're in a household that's making $1,000 a month, and one person in that household goes to Starbucks every day for coffee, at some point you have to say, no more. We don't have the money for that. We don't have the money for all of this other stuff. And then people are like, well, why can't we just tax billionaires? We already do.
We already do.
Yeah.
We tax billionaires at a rate, and they get taxed for income. They get taxed for the businesses they own. They get taxed for like everything.
Yeah.
They
let me jump on that, buddy, with just to kind of, so we can also get to boats. In order to change a corruptive culture, in order to change, a bad Sharp or EO culture, which we did at Veteran Trash Talk, you just simply rip it out. And then you start looking at things that maybe you implement and go, okay, this one actually isn't bad. This one actually isn't bad. But you rip it all out. And all these people whining about the Department of Education, we're not going to get into the stats on it, but they're not getting rid of all of the programs in the Department of Education. They're going to give them oversight by people outside of the Department of Education. That funding is still there.
Yeah.
And so we have to rip out these massive government structures that are getting paid for by magical dollars in a computer that don't exist. And then we got to be like,
come from our pocket. The government doesn't. That's the other thing. The government doesn't make money. Like everybody acts like it's like this weird corporation that makes money. The government doesn't make any money. We make money. We give money to the government. The government spends money. If we don't look at how they're spending the money, and they start spending it on things that they're elected to do what we want them to, they work for us, not the other way around. So if your accountant is spending all of your money and embezzling your money and spending it in places you don't want, you fire the accountant and find somebody else and figure out where all your money went.
Yeah. And is it going to be painful while you have to find a new accountant and do your own accounting?
And are you supposed to feel bad for the accountant?
Like,
no.
Like, and I would expect people to, be empathetic towards me if I lost my job, but I also would expect them to be like, you're going to rock and roll and get something else, right? And I'm going to be like, yeah, yes, I am. Like, I'm going to go.
The funny thing is that if those jobs are actually needed,
they'll stay.
Will pay someone else to do them, and you can get a job with that company doing them.
Yeah. Weird.
Super easy.
Yeah, that's my book of world. Just don't let empathy turn into virtue signaling, right? And if you know for a fact that there's government waste, which I think it's been proven, we already knew about it, like, and it's been proven. You need to get off your soapbox and let them figure it out. Now, in about a year, if they're like, and we're just still like not having any type of plan to fix something, okay, time to start raising some flags, right?
Yeah, because then what was it all for, right? Yeah.
Yeah, and then here's I'll stop. I'll save it for two more book worlds later. Like, I'll save it. Let's get the boats, buddy. That's you.
Yeah. Hey, I've got the distinct pleasure of introducing Boats. Boats been on the show more than once before, but just for you guys that haven't seen Boats before, he's the guy in the top right of your screen. He's a 20-year retired Navy veteran. He worked with Dave over at the Phoenix Recruiting battalion for 19 years. So that's how you know that he's lying about the glitter on the Navy boat. For 19 years, he practiced his skills of lying to people, and he was definitely throwing glitter on these boats. And he's also an award-winning photographer, and he's a bicycle rider now. He just did a 25-mile bike ride
today.
Just today. So that's
shut up, Len. We don't like the Navy.
He doesn't even look sweaty, so I don't believe him. Again, let's go back to the 19 years as a recruiter. He lies a lot, so
he's got the gear on.
But he does have.
I do have the gear on, and
that counts, right?
Where's
got to wear the gear?
Valor at that point? Then it might be stolen valor. That's a whole different subject. But he's also got a lot of photography projects going on. It doesn't count if you didn't do like a cool pattern.
You drove that in your car. You drove that in your car.
If you were infantry, we all know what that pattern would have been.
Yeah. I wasn't going to say it because we're on the TikTok, but whatever. So he's also into photography. That's his kind of his passion now after retirement. And we're going to let him talk about his photography projects, his Tutu project. But we also have a shirt that we sell in memory of his late wife, Beth. Dave's wearing it right now down there. All proceeds go to, there you go. There it is.
There we go.
So check that out. But again, on the boats. Boats is, by the way, just probably one of the best humans you could know. So glad to have you on, Boats.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Here's the Beth.
Every single dime of that goes to Boats' organization. Every single dime of that goes.
Thank you. You guys are, I don't know if I can say this, but fucking amazing.
Oh, you can cuss. You just can't say
You can't say things that you can't say.
Yeah.
Hey, Len, you're on Facebook. Len, can you put the things we can't say in the chat?
I've had the brief. Yeah. Thank you so much. It is so amazing to be on again. Dave, thank you for wearing the shirt again. I wasn't going to wear the shirt today. I didn't wear the shirt today because of what I'm also doing, the bike riding and everything. That shirt means the world to me. And to have you guys keep it up there on your page and everything is amazing. I lost my wife 3 years ago on December 26th to metastatic breast cancer. Been a photographer now for probably almost 15, 16, professional photographer for almost 15 years now. I've photographed Pat Benatar. I've got a movie poster for God's Not Dead 2. I'm in National Geographic as a first assistant to my photography boss. So yeah, photography is my secondary. Thank God for photography at first. During my late wife's and my cancer battle, probably a year after we got the diagnosis, she was like, dude, you need to get the fuck out of the goddamn house because you are fucking killing me. And I was like, whoa, what? You are getting on my nerves, and I know I am getting on your nerves. You need to get out and do shit. So photography pulled me back in. All of a sudden, shit happens. Shit got worse. She passed away 26 December 2021 here at my house. This house. And it's been a struggle. I've been working on a project since 2013 called PTSD, the Invisible Scar, where I photograph veterans with PTSD. Dave is part of that project, where I interview and talk about the good, the bad, the ugly. When I say that is what happened, how are you coping, and what is helping you cope with your PTSD. And I know cope is not the right and correct word for that, but that's the word I have to use for right now. Until I find a new one, I'll figure it out. But since Beth has passed, it's been a struggle. She was the keeper of the house. I was active duty Navy, and somebody needed to take care of the house. I was deployed as soon as about a year after we got together. There was an Egyptian Air Flight 990 went down off the coast of Rhode Island, and I was deployed up there. And she's like, I got it. Don't worry. I'll take care of everything. So from then on, she took care of everything. We were married 22 years. And as a matter of fact, today's the 22nd. As of 4 days ago, we would have been married 25 years. And in the last 3, I've had to figure out how to be an adult. I used to ride bikes a lot to take care of some of my stresses. And on top of it, utilizing my photography skills, I would take photographs of me in a tutu. Didn't matter where. I've photographed myself in a maze field, art galleries, in next to grocery stores, just about anywhere in the desert here in Phoenix. I'm learning to grow again and put myself back out there. I used to be a huge bike rider. In Virginia, I did a bunch of races. Nothing that I was trying to place at, but just to have fun. And then a year ago, a friend of mine asked me to go out on a bike ride, a huge bike ride up in Grand Junction, Colorado. And I was like, dude, yeah, there's no way. And it was a metric century, which is 62.1 miles. And the very first 9 miles was a 3,500 foot climb. And I was like,
yeah, it doesn't sound fun.
No, it wasn't.
Well, that doesn't sound enjoyable.
Hard it wasn't. I literally walked the first 9 miles, pushing the bike up the freaking thing. Since that day, which was back in September, I got on a new bicycle. I went out and bought a new bike, not a cheap one, and I have a Trek Domain AL5. And Oh my lord!
Nobody knows what that means.
Yeah, I know.
Tell you that you just started speaking Swahili.
You got a really cool, awesome bike.
Yeah. Ferrari
They can
bicycles.
Google that shit.
Yeah.
But
like
since
the rules and shit.
October, I've decided that trying to mentally, physically, and emotionally be better for myself. And since that day, I have put in over 700 miles on that bicycle. I've rode a 34-mile bike ride last weekend on Saturday. I turned around and did another 34.8-mile ride on Sunday, this past Sunday. And today I just did another 25 miles.
That's amazing. And no, you're getting after it. And I want to cut you off briefly. Just for anybody that's watching and listening, I think there's so many valuable life lessons that can be learned from this. Obviously it was a traumatic event with Beth, but it seems like, and like even PTSD, people coming back or dealing with depression or any type of life event. I think like the big takeaway from all of this is to stay busy, right? To not get sucked into that dark place where you're absolutely not doing anything anymore. You're not taking care of yourself physically, mentally, like keep your mind busy. And that seems to be what has helped you cope with all of it. Like, and then just your entire mindset. I mean, hats off to you, Boats. I get teary eyed because I was working at battalion when you were going through all of this. And I could tell the stress, it was just eating you, but like you always still kept a straight face. You always were able to say, how are you doing to other people? And just like the kindness of your heart, but like also all the stress you were dealing with, just like hats off to you. But like for anybody that's watching, like stay busy, get a hobby, work on yourself mentally, like find something to do. Otherwise that dark place is going to devour you. It's going to
Boats.
devour.
I found one of those photos you get if we put it up on the screen.
Uh-huh.
Buddy, you want to say something to that?
Oh my lord, no way. Dude, this was just before I can't read the date.
February 2nd, 24.
Okay, so the photo itself I took at a gym probably 6 months before Beth passed away. Less than 6 months, probably 3 months before Beth passed away. And the Bellator background was literally a month after Beth passed away. And I put them together and it was like, oh my God. And the guy in there is the owner of the gym that I was awesome. Took the photo of.
I found them all your art installation.
Oh my God. This was taken 4 years ago, literally taken 4 years ago, at a huge art. It's called crap. I've been in this art show for the last 3 years as putting pieces. Chaos Theory. Excuse me. It happens every October in downtown Phoenix. And it is a by invite only art show. And my buddy Randy Slack, I love you, Randy. He and I spent hours hanging out in San Diego for me to be invited into the show. This one here was like, Randy, let me do this shit. I got to take it for the Tutu Project. I got to take it for myself. I got to take it for my wife. And he's like, yeah, come on, dude. And Randy's a huge surfer. He's a Phoenician. He lives in San Diego most of the time right now. He's a recovering alcoholic. And he and I are freaking huge friends together. And yeah, this one was taken during that Chaos Theory show.
So boats. There's something that struck me as you were talking, especially about Beth and how you're trying to deal with everything. There are a lot of organizations for breast cancer awareness, as there should be, and they focus on the cancer patient.
Yeah.
Are there any programs out there for at the end of the day, even though you know Beth was the victim of cancer, that you're also kind of you're a victim as well, and there are a lot of men out there that are left trying to pick up the pieces of their lives after their wives go, and a lot of them have the same story. They don't know how to carry on after it goes. Like, is there a group or are there people, like, there aren't really any foundations that I've ever heard of that deal with helping the surviving
survivor
family members of people who had that were taken from us from breast cancer,
cancer in general, buddy.
Well, cancer in general, but specifically breast cancer takes the maternal figure in everyone's life, which is a huge role for, like, both the husbands and the children that are left to deal with it. And and again, like I said, for a whole month we wear pink and we donate money for breast cancer awareness, and rightly so. I'm not saying that we shouldn't take care of the victims, that the people that have cancer, but there are also forgotten people that will seem to be forgotten. And I don't know, boats, maybe there are organizations that really do that, but it seems like there's a lack of that kind of
Yeah,
organization.
they're like any, I guess, are there any groups or like anything that was there for you during that time, minus like, just your regular friends and family?
Or even other people that have gone through the same thing to talk.
That's what I'm saying, like groups, right? Yeah, that have gone through that.
I never truly researched that. My group were you guys at BTT, my veterans. You guys are my family. I have a very small circle of friends that, but then friends, you got your immediate circle, and then you get your next step, and then your next step, and then your next step, just like the ripple effect. I've never reached out to anybody for assistance, and
right, but that's the problem, though. That is the problem, specifically with breast cancer, is that especially the paternal figure is supposed to be the rock, is supposed to be the guy that doesn't reach out, and that's what we've talked about with veterans.
That's why we created what we have. Right?
We're supposed to be the protectors. We're supposed to be the people that don't need help, but at some point, sometimes you do need somebody to talk to. You know what I mean?
Okay. And you know,
Len said it. Len said in the chat, like a cancer support group. There's a couple of widowers that come on Vet Nation on TikTok Live. They are good people. So sure, there's groups out there, but I think Buddy brings up a fantastic point. It's probably not as mainstream as we think. And
I've never heard of anything that's for survivors. Yeah.
So
I can vouch for that too, buddy. As I don't know if you're aware, but I'm in that boat right now.
Yeah.
Not with breast cancer, but Pops is fighting his second bout, and there really isn't. I've seen a book or two.
Yeah.
And that's it.
I lost my aunt to cancer. Yep. And her whole family after that went to shit. Rest in peace to her son, heroin overdose. Then years later, her ex-husband's dead now as well. Like it's just, there's a lot that comes, a lot of baggage that comes afterwards. That's a really good point, buddy. Yeah.
Yep. I didn't know, and my thoughts and prayers are with you, Dave. Same with you. Literally,
and there you go, Len too. Sorry, Boats, real quick. Yeah, cancer sucks. I lost my mom in 2016. She was 57 years old.
Yep.
Yeah. So
wow, just in this group here.
Okay. In August of 22, I was hanging out, and a friend of mine reached out to me and said, "Hey, dude, I need you. Would you like to join Merging Vets and Players?" Because being a combat vet, because I was over in Mogadishu, literally a month before the Blackhawks went down. That's where I was at. That's where I was deployed. Merging Vets and Players has been my sounding board.
Good.
I have family literally a mile down the fucking road. My mother and father-in-law live a mile down the road. I was like, I don't know. But I was talking to my mother and father-in-law, and I was having an issue one day, and I was talking about I'm having such an issue right now with Beth being gone. And my mother and father-in-law were like, or to be more specific, my mother-in-law was like, I know what you mean. And mom's gonna see this because of course I'm gonna post this. I'm like, truth to myself, you don't understand, because I walked past that room that my wife passed away in. I sleep in the same bed that we built together for 22 years. I live in this freaking house that we bought in 2016 together. I still have all the reminders. In my daughters were born in 2004, but a year and a half before they were born, in January of 2022, I had twin stillborn kids, son and a daughter, and I can't even say that I understand what she's going through. So merging Vets and Players has been there for me to be able to explain or talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly that I have been going through. I.e., they wanted to hear what I was feeling. Mm-hmm. No judgment, no questions, no nothing. That was the very first time, August of 2 years ago, I was able to say, fuck, I am feeling fucking bad. Now, don't get me wrong, I've never felt I got to use the correct.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. I know where you're going at with that.
Yeah. I never felt that, but I've also
felt hopeless.
Yes, and
the forever nap.
Thank you very much, there, Bake. I've got twin 20-year-olds that still live in my house. That's the only thing that has given me the strength to continue doing what I'm doing. I was
about to say that. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So, and it's all thankful to these guys right here on my chest and on my hat. Dave, you were there when she passed away. Yeah. Basically, you know what I mean? So you know what struggle I was going through.
Absolutely.
At that point in time. So, yeah, I'm so thankful for merging Vets and Players right now. It's They have been my rock. You know, and yes, I have my friends. I have my circles, my ripples. But you don't want to continuously talk to them because you don't want to make them feel bad. And I've been meditating, I've been praying, I've been doing all sorts of growth things. Shit, New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
New Year's Eve.
Megan got you on one. Yeah.
Huge conversation.
Yeah.
And I beat Megan on. Oh, I was going to talk to you, stop you at a minute, and I was done in 45 seconds.
I know. She told me. Yeah, that's what's up.
I have grown to love what I've got immensely.
Mm-hmm.
And oh my God, it's thanks to these guys at Merging Vets and Players.
That's what's up. Yeah. Yeah, and again, that just goes back to how important community is, right?
Yeah, I just dropped their chat, or the link in the chat for everybody.
So what is Merging Vets and Players for the people that don't know, folks?
Okay, Merging Vets and Players, as for boats, it is veterans and former professional athletes. What happens when we walk out the door? Mm-hmm. We lose our identity. We have nobody to talk to except for ourselves. Mm-hmm. So Merging Vets and Players brings both of those communities together and to a similar cause. Or cause is not the right word, but I think you guys,
we know what you're saying.
Understands. It brings a camaraderie together, even though the professional athletes never fought in war. They're fighting their own war, but we've lost our identity. It brings us together. So in that hour and a half to 2 hours that we're together, we work out together. We talk, we bullshit, we do all that stuff. And then after the workout, we have a peer-to-peer support group where we sit there, we talk about the good, the bad, the ugly, and what is going on in our lives. Mm-hmm. And oh my God, it is the greatest, and there is no judgment. You could be freaking, say, Carlton Fisk. You know, when he got out of the baseball, okay, that's a couple of days ago. When he stopped
I don't even know
playing,
who that is, but apparently he's famous. Go ahead.
Oh my God!
Was he one of the ones that wore the 5-fingered gloves boats, or
oh
was
my
they
Lord,
a little more?
have mercy. I'm trying to. Okay, when
That's the European in me coming out.
Okay, when Babe Ruth stopped playing baseball,
I've heard of that
nobody
name.
recognized it. All right, so it's like, what has he got? He's got nothing. He's got nobody to talk to, nobody to help with. When you, Dave, retired, Buddy retired, what did you have? You've lost that everybody else.
We say it though on the show all the time. We had this right here. This is our therapy every Saturday.
We did have this.
Yeah.
But most folks that get out don't.
They don't.
Exactly. And
community is important.
I've had you guys. I have Merging Vets and Players, and oh my God, it has been life-changing for me. And in the meantime, getting back to my cycling, I used to be a cyclist years ago. I would mountain bike all the goddamn time. I went out and bought a Walmart No.
I thought you were about to say some kind of crazy ZXR 5000. And I was gonna I was gonna get Dave to ride over there on a car and hit you in the nose with the newspaper. But go ahead. Sorry.
So the very first mountain bike or bike that I bought, I went to the exchange, or what you guys would say the PX, and I bought a bike, and a buddy of mine says, "Dude, let's go mountain biking." And I'm like, okay, sure, whatever. And we went through some gnarly shit that the bicycle that I had bought just wouldn't work like his did.
Did you break the bike boats?
Fortunately, no, because I did walk on a couple of those spots that.
You seem to do a lot of walking when you're biking.
It
seems to be a.
Pretty sure you're supposed to pedal, not walk.
Yeah. Yes, I did. But recently, in the past year and a half, a friend of mine up in Colorado asked me to do a ride called the Tour of the Moon, which is a metric century, 62.1 miles up in Grand Junction, Colorado. And I was like, yeah, whatever, dude. Whatever.
At altitude, was he trying to kill you?
Yeah, dude. Yeah. And
I'm
right
sorry,
here
I'm
in
alive.
Phoenix. No, yeah, you're fine. And I was at right now, right here where I'm at 917 foot. Grand Junction itself is at 3,000 feet. Yeah. And then I had to do another 3,500 foot climb in the first 9 miles.
That was where you walked.
Yeah, I literally walked the entire first 9 miles of that.
Hey, we know somebody who did that ride in the snowstorm.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Oh my Lord.
A couple years ago, one of our buddies from Ultimate Sacrifice Foundation rode his bike.
You remember
from
that,
Boston,
folks?
Massachusetts to San Diego, and Kyle rode through the Vail Pass.
Oh Jesus!
Rode
got some crazy stories
in a snowstorm. We have
Oh,
video
my
of him riding in the snow. It's nuts.
So yeah, that was the first time, and that this was a year ago, January, when he says, "Hey, let's do this shit," and I'm like, "Okay." So I started doing some training, faking it like I knew what I was doing, and then it's like, "Oh my God, it's ride time," and I was like, "Okay, here we go." The first mile was easy. It was the next 8 point some odd miles that I walked half of it. Finished. My buddy and I got to the very first rest area where they had the food and drink and all that. And it was like, dude, we're going to do 40 miles. Fine. Since then, I got home in October, the beginning of October. I went out and I decided to go out and buy a new bicycle. A little bit more expensive, a little bit more sturdy, you know, the good shit. And since then, I've ridden my bicycle a little over 560 miles in the last 4 months. Last weekend I did the Tour de Cure here in Goodyear. I rode 33.5 miles, if I recall the actual number. And then on Sunday, turned around again and did another 34.8 miles for the Stanton Valley Century 34-mile ride. And I do now have a plan to do my next metric century is my next ride, which is 62.1 miles.
Love it. Love it.
getting on this bicycle has done nothing but good. When I get on it, everything just goes away. I think about nothing except for riding. And I throw in the earbuds, listen to music, and just go. Physically, I was having gut issues. I no longer have gut issues. I no longer have other issues. It's just been the greatest thing for me to be able to get on that bike and go. And then
that's absolutely awesome, Boats.
It is. But then there's the other aspect of my journey in the last 6 months. I'm going to turn my computer around. Is that I'll come out here after I ride. I sit out here on my patio, and I have patio therapy to where I'll meditate, talk to God, talk to Beth, and just relax.
That's
and
awesome.
Think about nothing. There's my biggest thing is negativity breeds negativity, and positivity breeds positivity.
100%. What you put out, you're going to receive back in. If it's negativity, you're going to receive negativity. Positivity, you'll receive positivity. Cool. Fucking love it, dude. It is so fun to listen to you talk and just kind of like let you discuss. And, I think there's so many tools that people can put in their kit bag, of ways to cope and deal. Like I mentioned earlier, physical fitness, mental health. I mean, you're just covering all aspects in order to stay sane. Obviously, never to forget Beth, right? That's never the thing. We'll always remember Beth, but just, you have to move forward as well. So yeah, phenomenal stuff, Boats. Always fun having you on, dude.
Literally 2 days, 3, 4 days, the 18th, it was my birthday. It was also would have been my 25th wedding anniversary. Trying to get 20-something-year-old children together and do stuff is crazy. But after 3 years of still having Beth's clothes in my house, I finally brought them to the thrift store that she requested.
That's awesome.
I know. I told Nick about that because Nick literally had texted me like a couple hours later and said, "Hey, we should get Boats back on." I'm like, "It's like the universe is calling," because you had mentioned that. And then like Nick texted me, not knowing any of that. I'm like, "Dude, it'd be a perfect time to have you on." Yeah. And of course, we will have you on again, Boats. We do have to cut the show. So for anybody that's watching or anybody that tuned in late, make sure you check us out on VeteranTrashTalk.com. That has links to all of our other platforms that we're on. I think we were successfully streaming on TikTok today. So
exactly.
If you're on
the
there,
entire time.
Yeah, give us a follow, give us a like.
Shout out to Len for hooking us up with that, figuring it out.
Love you, Len.
It's a new app, so we now have access to it.
Figure it all out. If you want to buy one of our awesome shirts, go to shop.veterantrashtalk.com. I am wearing the shirt that
Get the
Boats
best
designed for
best.
Beth. Okay, all proceeds go to a foundation that Boats, the 22 Project that Boats donates to and is a part of. So we don't save any of that money. It goes all to Boats. So 100%. Buy a shirt, support the cause, and yeah, I think that's it. Again, wonderful show. Thanks for talking, Boats. Thanks for sharing all that information with us. We love you, man. And we'll catch you all next Saturday. Faceman VTT out.